So I really wanted to do these more often, and I've been doing kind of a lousy job actually getting around to recording these videos. And I mean, I it's 2 in the morning, and I finally have settled down for the day. I got up a little late today and spent like 4 or 5 hours in the lab, kind of working under Mike Miller, trying to get that Dune test stand apparatus set up, which is actually, I'm having a very good time with it, and it makes me realize that I think research is probably the route I want to go into, because it's enjoyable, and it's the kind of struggling that I was hoping it would be. Like, nothing's incredibly easy, but it's doable. There's an achievable goal. Like, it's something that I can actually work at instead of an abstract, vague idea of productivity or very, very far out deadlines. I'm directly working with the device, making measurements, hoping for a result, and making calibrations if it's not that. And poring over all sorts of code to try and make a reasonable algorithm. Mike Miller today said that I was doing what's basically called control theory, which is like a thing I've heard of before in the sense of computer science to like mechanical engineering, basically. Like, it's that range of how you interface and work with machines and have them actually do actions to a reasonable extent, because you can never be perfect. So you make adjustments until you're at the right spot within a certain reasonable limit. And it's a combination of sensing and adjusting, and it's really cool to have it's really a weird experience to be programming a device to do something and actually having it do the thing. It has required learning how to use registers and memory on the device, and I've never programmed in something like C or obviously assembly or anything like that, but it's a lot lower level, it's a weird barrier to get around. But after that I went to the bike library's community bike ride, which was kind of fun. I did a lousy job meeting people, and that was kind of the whole point. This younger guy, Max, immediately kind of stuck to me and wanted to hear about what was going on in my life. And I have a hard time talking to people who are very down the TikTok brain rot rabbit hole. I mean, he kept trying to set me up for 6-7 jokes. But kind of reminded me of my sister a little bit. And that's kind of, I didn't really meet anyone else. I met a guy named Steve who was a bit older and said that he was there while his son was playing baseball. It was kind of a short conversation. After that, I had to rush up the door to get to Mallory's birthday thing. I actually had to meet them at the bars. I couldn't make it to the actual party tonight. It was a very small turnout. There was only 6 of us total. And actually, when we actually got to the bars, there was very, very few. Or at least it felt like that. I mean, it was a very empty bar, very small group I went with comparatively. Sang some karaoke. We saw a drag show, but it was a drag Magic Mike kind of strip show, and Mallory was just so caught off guard by it. It was a lot of fun, but it's kind of a weird experience to do with your friends. I do enjoy that kind of thing. It's just a fun experience. I have such a strange relationship with like sex drive and finding people attractive and like sexuality in general. I find people to be attractive, but it doesn't really affect me, I guess. Like, I can say someone is objectively good looking, but I feel kind of nothing. Like, I have to be really close with someone in order to get that kind of sexual feeling at all, if any. But I've been back on the dating apps, and I really need to get off those. It's not a very healthy vice to have, I suppose. I mean, every time I'm really not feeling super well about myself, and I'm bored and lonely, I turn to it. Maybe not every time, but it's hard not to. And I got the apps again this week. I think I'm going to get rid of them this weekend, just today. Not that I'm not getting people to pay attention to me on them, but I don't really get the type of attention that I would actually want out of a person on it. I mean, most people are just going on those to hook up or to kind of play the, as Danny said, play the game. Just send one message to someone and leave them on red, and then give them a little bit of a lure later down the line, and then leave them on red again. Just kind of messing with them. I don't know if I'm going to post this one. This was a weird rant, but I'm feeling a lot more like I have a thing to do with my life, thing to do with myself. I'm really enjoying this lab work, and it's going to be a very busy summer, but I'm enjoying it. I mean, I worked almost 40 hours this week, which is unusual. I mean, I don't have to. I'm not paid by the hour. I'm on a salary, but it's nice to have a project, and I've had no motivation to stop. And I had something. I really just have been feeling a little more wanted by my friends lately. I mean, I'm getting closer with these people. I think me and Michaela and Mallory are finally hitting it off past just the all being merit as a friends adjacent and in physics adjacent. I think we're actually getting along a lot better and being a lot closer with each other. And then Landon and I are getting along pretty well. Sasha is a very good friend of mine. Mahindra came back today, and it was nice to see him. I think we're pretty good friends. But anyway, I think I'll wrap it up there.